Dear viewers, now I will talk about the lesson 3 part quality. How the quality of the works and deliverables are managed in a project. That is the focus of this video. So, what is quality? Quality is the degree to which a set of inherent characteristics or features that is required by the stakeholders. So the main focus is to satisfy the stakeholders. So it means the complaints are done. It means the quality assured. It means there is a continuous improvement. So you have followed certain standard accepted by the uh, receivers, stakeholders. So now it comes to that if you want to manage quality of a product, quality of a deliverables, you must have to spend some money because there are some cost of quality. What is the meaning of cost of quality? Cost of quality means that money is spent during project to avoid failure. So you don't want to fail. So you have to give certain emphasis, importance to the team members, to the quality of the product, quality of the inputs. So prevention cost. Cost of quality is prevention cost. Build a quality product. For example, you need to do more training. You have to make document processes. You have to give better equipments. You have to manage the time to work, right resources, right inputs, right infrastructure. So all these required cost. That's called cost of quality. If you want to appraise, like by testing, by inspection, you need to spend. That is cost of quality. And there are some cost of quality while the process is going on, and quality control process after the process. So and validation test by the customer. These processes also takes cost, and the money spent during or after the project because of project failure. For example, for internal failure, you have to spend, you have to rework again, you have to scrap. For external failure, you have to pay the liabilities, you have to maintain the warranty work, lost business. So there are many costs, and all these are the cost of quality. Actually, there are 5 levels. There are 5 levels of quality management, and they are interrelated. If it happens that after the customer got the product, you have delivered the product, customer got it, and then customer found the defect, then they send it back and you have to do it again. This is very huge costly. This is one step. And second one is, before deliverables, you will just detect that if there is any kind of discrepancy, then you have to work it again. This is also costly. And then third one, the quality assurance, to examine and correct the process itself and not just a special defect. So you will maintain a process for quality maintenance, and there will be quality and deliverables. This is one stage. This is also costly because you have to appoint uh, teams, members, and resources for this, ensuring the quality. And the fourth one is incorporate quality into the planning and designing. At the beginning of the project, in your planning, in your design, you are ensuring the quality, incorporating quality. This is one style. This is also costly. And the last one, create a culture throughout the organization that is aware and committed to quality in process and products. So you have a culture of quality in terms of thinking, planning, designing, and every aspect of the product designing and implementing. You have the culture of quality. This is another one. These are the 5 types of quality management phases. So you need to have a quality management plan. You need to have a quality management plan. That is a component of the project or program management plan that describes how the applicable policies, procedures, and guidelines will be implemented to achieve the quality objectives. That's all quality management plan. And for the quality policy, you have to have the basic principles that should govern the organization's actions as it implements its system for quality management. So you need to have a quality policy to ensure the quality management plan. So for the quality management, actually, you need to have the activities and resources that achieve the quality objectives. And it can be formal or informal, detailed or broadly framed or briefly framed. It can be reviewed throughout the project. For the adaptive and agile approach, it can be for each of the iteration, each of the sprint. And of course, if you maintain quality, you have the benefits. So sharper the focus on the project's value proposition, cost reduction, mitigated schedule overruns from rework. These are the benefits. If you can keep control on quality, you will be benefited because you have the focus to ensure the value proposition. You can reduce the cost. You can mitigate the schedule delay. So you have to have some compliance requirements. It can be internal or external standard. From the internal, you have some procedures, protocols, templates you can compare for the compliance. For external, it can be the government policies or industry standards. You have to follow that. So organization policies, product or project quality requirements, compliance actions, you have to ensure. So we have to classify the compliance categories, determine potential threats to compliance, analyze the consequences of non-compliance, determine necessary approaches and action to address compliance need. And by this way, actually, you can comply with the compliance requirement. So we have to maintain the standard of the organization and of the industry. You have to follow the regulations of the industry, of the government, the world protocols, for example, environment regulations, industry regulations, tax policies, and many more. You have to follow them. And there are some de facto standard or regulation in the industry for the product or services. There are some de jure standards or regulations. So you have to follow the dictionary, language rules. Words are used widely in groups like slang or jargons. You have to follow that. And for ensuring quality, you have to make a matrix or checklist. The matrix measure the desired quality attributes for your product, project through testing, use of tools, processes. It can include a tolerance level that factors in what customer will accept or not accepting by them. So delivery of done should be defined specifically. You can make a checklist, templates, quality artifacts in the quality management plan. And you can have the adaptive teams use retrospectives and small batch cycles to ensure quality. So for quality methods for improvement, there are many methods, 5 or 6. There are many methods, 5 or 6. So for example, you have to maintain the Six Sigma, Lean Six Sigma. For example, DMAKE, define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This is called DMAKE. You can control the quality. First you define, then you measure, then analyze it, then improve it, and then control it. So this way you can control the quality. Another is Japanese word Kaizen, change for better, change for improvement. So each small improvement can ensure quality management. So Kaizen is another way. And number 3 is PDCA, plan, do, check, act. PDCA, plan, do, check, act. And by this way, you can rehearsal it, you can repeat it again and again. And last one is Agile method. For Agile method, there are many: Scrum, Kanban, Crystal methods, and software. So in the Agile approach, we'll discuss it. Now, up to this, we have discussed about the scope, schedule, resource, budget, and quality. Now all these things you have to integrate them. You have to overall integrate them. An integrate view of all plans can actually identify the correct gaps or discrepancies, align the efforts. So all this scope, resources, budget, you have to align them with the quality and other things. So help assess and coordinate the project during its life cycle. The result of this step is an integrated project management plan. So for this, you have to have some kind of change control. What is change management plan? Change management plan is a component of the project management plan that actually establishes the change control board, documents the extent of its authority, and describe how the change control system will be implemented. So in the change management plan, there is a change control board. They actually decide which will come to them for change and how they will be implemented, how they will be approved. And that's called the change management plan. And you have to put a change request. So we call change log. Change request for change sent to the upper management, say for changing, like change control board for its evaluation and approval. So from this table, you can understand, if you ask question, who can propose a change? It is rules are assigned. What exactly constitutes a change? A change is proposed or an event change, one of the project baselines and measures. What is the impact of change on project objectives? Recommend evaluation method. What are the steps to evaluate a change request before approving or rejecting it? Required steps per quality policy. Who has the authority to approve various types of and levels of change? Change control board. Other approvals. When a change request is approved, what project documents will record the next steps? Change log. How will you monitor these actions to confirm completion quality? Quality matrices, RAM, RASI charts, information radiators. So question about change are this, and typical answer will be this. So you have to follow that in your project implementation. And finally, we have to integrate all plans at the end of the planning stage, combine all planning results from knowledge areas, reframe their approach to plan integration, and figure out a way forward to work with the various planning elements. Adapt it while working. Adapt it while working. That's the key message. Adapt it, accept it, embrace it. Adapt it while implementing, while working. Adaptive process and agile ceremonies provide a structure to continuously integrate plans or aspects of a project. And that's all. Thank you so much. And with this video, we actually concluding the lesson 3, plan the project. Bye.